This function takes a string. If the string is composed only of fluffy characters, that is F, L, U, and Y, then it is fluffy. What condition must be met for the string to not be fluffy? If even one letter isn't fluffy, then the string is not fluffy. This matters conceptually as well, since it illustrates the requirements of falsifiability. It doesn't matter how many fluffy letters are in a string. One non-fluffy letter is enough to doom the string to unfluffiness. We'll come back to this in a moment. But first, how do we know we have a complete set of test cases for this function? One strategy with string input is to group test cases by the length of the test string. So we start with the shortest possible string, the empty string. This case is always tricky, so we should think carefully about what it's supposed to do. What is the desired result with the empty string? Well, it has no letters, so is it fluffy or not? Ideally, this case would be specified in the docstring of the function. But by convention, if it's not, computer scientists tend to regard the empty case as unfalsified by default. We can think of each string as fluffy until proven otherwise. Each string is fluffy until we encounter a non-fluffy character inside it. For the empty string, that will never happen, because there are no unfluffy characters in the empty string. So, in this case, our function should return true. Our next test cases will concern the next shortest strings, those of length 1. We should have a fluffy case, say with a string f, that will return true, and we should have a non-fluffy case, say with the string a. This should return false. Then we cover strings of any length. We should have at least 3 cases. Case number 4, all letters are fluffy, to return true. Case 5, all letters are non-fluffy, this should return false. And case 6, some letters are fluffy and some are not. We will call this the mixed case. In this case, there is one unfluffy letter, so the whole string is going to be unfluffy, giving us a result false. So we've covered empty string, strings of length 1, and strings of multiple length. Unfortunately, this set is not complete. Here's why. Here is one of the most common incorrect solutions of all fluffy that we've seen submitted to us. Here the code has a special case for the empty string. Then it checks only the first character in S. If the first character is not fluffy, the function correctly returns false. But if it is fluffy, then it returns true without checking any other character in the string. How will this implementation do on our tests? It turns out that this incorrect implementation will still pass all 6 of the test cases that we have so far. This is a wrong implementation that isn't caught by any of our test cases. That means we need more test cases. In fact, it turns out that where you put the non-fluffy character matters. And we're going to add 2 more. One for the middle, so the non-fluffy character is somewhere in the middle. And one for the end. This way, even though the incorrect solution passes the first 6 test cases, it will not pass case 7 or case 8. And we have a chance to correct it. And because we are returning true outside the for loop, we don't need the special case here.